Hey guys, it's AC here. Um, Welcome back. I took a little break yesterday because I've just been overworked and I was really tired. I've been working every single day for the past, I want to say, week or so, and I just felt like I needed that break for one day. But I wanted to get this out. Um, Next week we're starting off school again because spring break is over, and I'm really busy during school, and so the only time I'm going to be able to record and film or anything is going to be on the weekends, and I can't guarantee anything, so there might be a long pause for any content that I'm doing, but just know that I'm going to be actively putting out music. Um, yeah, that's not going to stop me from just simply just putting myself out there. Yeah, I feel like the two tracks that have dropped the music video to intro and um, the kind of sort of performance of going gone. That the audio isn't the best. I don't know what's like up with my camera audio, but it's really weird. I have to end up getting like a Bluetooth mic or something, just so you can actually like hear my voice, hear me speak. But yeah, um, for now, I'm just gonna be using my phone camera, and yeah. Last night, I was kind of I was really bored, and so I kind of went down this rabbit hole of it started off. I was watching this video about a guy who was making a song. Well, he's a producer and he was making an artist make a song using just only a band. Um, and the dude in the video kind of took control over everything and did what the producers were supposed to do and made like two masterpieces. And it's a whole, you get to see like the whole creative process, and it's really cool. But then I started watching more videos about music, just either music videos, analyzing rhyme patterns and rhyme schemes in songs, and it was kind of a reality check for me because um, I see my skill level, and granted, I've come a long way since I started making music, but at the same time, if I compare myself to these artists, even the artist that was in that video was not even a mainstream artist. Like I've never heard of this dude, but he's amazing. Um, yeah, it was just like a reality check for me that I can't do what they do, and I need to get better. And I feel a lot of times, not only with music but with everything, we hold ourselves to a certain standard. So whenever we feel like we're obsessed with something, or we like to do something, or we're doing something, we're gonna compare that to another person, and we're all always just gonna be like flat out just blown out of the water. Like I had a person put it to me this way: we can't really compare our day one with somebody's day 1,000. Like that doesn't really make sense, and that's something I struggle with as an artist, but also as a person. I like to compare myself with other people a lot, and their starting place was at the same place that I am, but that's not the stage they're in right now. Comparison's the thief of joy, and I always just like let it take me for granted, and I just can't enjoy something on my own because I know there's something or somebody that can do it better than me. And it took me to today's video. Today's video is 6 signs that you have grown as an artist. Let's get to it. Growing in anything, almost anything in life, is never going to be as straightforward as you hope it to. It's not going to always be as obvious. A lot of the time, you're going to feel like you're going back a step, and that's just your brain rewiring the way you think, the way you go about things. And most of the time, it isn't really a bad thing. The bad thing is quitting. Um, a lot of the time, you don't see that improvement right away, and if you're a perfectionist like me, that's going to be very frustrating for you. And what you got to do is you kind of got to learn to combat that and always have that like positive mindset that is going to work out. So yeah, just we're gonna go through 6 signs that you yourself are growing as an artist. and kind of what that means for you. The first sign that we're going to look at is you start correcting your mistakes. When you first start making music, or at least I'm speaking from my perspective and people that I've talked to, you are kind of just writing. Like, you're not really thinking about what you're putting into the song. You're not really thinking, do these lyrics make sense? Does this match my kind of style? Does this match the beat? Does this match my theme? Are people gonna like this? That you're just writing for yourself. And at one side of the spectrum, that's a good thing on that. The other side, it's not necessarily a wanted thing. On the bad side, you're not gonna really put your all into that work, and so it's not gonna be as good as you hope it would be, or as it could be if you started slowing down and actually thinking about the process. And on the other side, you're making something that is only for your satisfaction, if you know what I mean. Like, you're not gonna go out of your way to impress somebody else because they don't like it. And that's a good trait to have, but at the same time, you gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt. Really, you gotta focus on the art itself, because music, making music is never easy, and a lot of the time it won't be easy, but that hard work kind of really pays off. Um, this really means that your eyes are improving faster than your skills, and your mind is moving, and kind of taking things out of place from where it should not be in place. Yeah. Another sign that you're growing as an artist is your old work doesn't really seem good. It looks off to you because as you're improving, the things that you started with aren't going to be as good as where you are now. I know from my perspective, when I first started, I was completely terrible. Like, beyond terrible. And if I look back to stuff that I wrote or recorded 2, 3 years ago and compare that to what I'm working on now, what I have now, that difference is like exponential. And that's another sign that you're growing as an artist. And it doesn't even apply to music, just anything you're working on. Whether it be you're writing a book or you write books, and the book you wrote finished 3 years ago is completely terrible compared to the one that you just finished. Whether you're writing a movie or acting, your previous works aren't as good as what you're doing now, and that's a great trait to have because it means you are improving and you're getting better and better and better and better. And that's something we kind of strive for as not only as artists but as people, just that constant improvement. Uh, Another sign that you're going to improve or you are improving as an artist is you start to kind of experiment more. You take a step out of your comfort zone and you try different things. Like, for me, when I first started, I was very into more trap, Lil Baby, kind of Future, that kind of style. But as my music taste kind of branched out, I started to step out of my comfort zone and looked at more kind of a hip hop, um, maybe mostly like older type songs. I was very inspired by Tyler the Creator, Kanye, JID, J. Cole, Kendrick, a lot of those rappers that aren't the typical trap sound I was accustomed to growing up. And that kind of shifted in me the way I write, the way I sing. Um, I don't even think I can hop on a trap beat and flow the way I used to, which is a good thing because my old lyrics weren't really that good. Um, but yeah, as you're experimenting and you find what works for you, you're gonna tune that up a notch and you're going to improve if you're finding what works for you. New techniques or different styles of art, whether you you have a nice voice but you only rap and then you start singing on some of your tracks instead of sampling um, something from a while back and using that as your hook. You make the hook, and that's very powerful as an artist because if I don't have to pay for this sample, or if I don't have to take time to make that fit into a beat, and I can just sing myself, then that's just like the ultimate kind of tool you can use, because it saves time, it saves money, it saves effort, it saves everything if you can just do that yourself. Another thing is you care about the minute details in your work. This kind of goes along with being a perfectionist. You got to make sure every single detail is put in place. Because as artists, we have this vision of what we want, and most of the time, what we want from a song is not going to be what that song is going to come out to. Like, intro, the track that I dropped. Um, I don't have a good mic. I don't have good audio. And my voice, my flow, like, I don't like it. Me personally. That's just me. Other people have said that they like it. It's cool. But for me, it's not what I envision on a track or what I want for it on a track, if that makes sense to you. And that's a good and a bad thing. Um, Perfecting everything, because on one side, you're not really gonna find as much mistakes as you were to, oh, let me just record this and then I'm done. And then not going back and editing everything and making sure everything is in place. And another thing is you're never going to be perfect. And so most of the time you're going to spend so much time chasing that perfect sound that you're going to realize that you actually messed up your track, because when you first started recording it, it was so good, it sounded nice, it sounded raw, and then you put so much After Effects, so much auto tune, and you started going back and adding too much ad libs or something like that, and then you made your track worse. But also, that's another thing that you have to kind of pay attention to, because it can be a good thing if it's used correctly, if that makes sense. The fifth sign is that you feel more frustrated when things don't go to your plan. Um, for me, well, you feel more frustrated and you're also more relaxed as well. For me, when I first started, I had a beat. I'm like, oh my god, I can't think of something. I'd be sitting there for like 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour, just not being able to put a single line down because I'm not sure how to flow on this beat. I'm not sure what to say. And that's something I struggle with now. It's hard for me to find that opening line, because I want to make it as perfect as possible, and that goes back to the earlier steps that I've shown, that I've said, is I've really tried to perfect my art, and yeah, and then as I would be more anxious, I would only focus on that anxious emotion, and I wouldn't really like focus on anything else, if that makes sense. But now, if I know what I can do, and if I can't go up to that standard, I will get very frustrated. And that might not be a good thing, but it does show growth, as you're kind of, you've set a standard for yourself that's higher than where you first started out, and you're going to want to fulfill that standard. If that makes sense. And then you're also more relaxed, because you know what you can do, and so you're not going to be like stressing that, oh, I can't find the perfect beat for this, or I can't make the perfect beat, or I can't rap the perfect lyrics, and that's just growth. That shows growth, not even as an artist, but as a person. And our last sign that you've grown is you keep persisting. I know from my experience, when I first started making music, it was hard. It was hard. I will say that. And I'm not going to pretend like it isn't still hard now, because most of the time I can write, but it's my flow, how I flow on the beat, how I sound on the beat, that's a little bit difficult. I wouldn't say it's as hard as it was when I first started, but it still is very difficult. But when I first started out writing, I didn't necessarily have any beats to work with, and so I just like freestyle, or I would just write something a cappella, no beat, no nothing. And then once I wrote down my like third verse, I'd be like, man, this is hard. And then I couldn't find out, or find what to write for the next one. And then I ended up quitting. Not I wasn't like conscious of this. It's just I ended up stopping and I took a break and I stepped back from that, and that helped me a lot because when I came back, I had fresh new ideas and everything. But that's not very good. That can be good for you, but it also can hurt you because um, if you keep on persevering, when things get tough, you will eventually find what works and what doesn't. And if you don't, if you quit, let's say, I'd say I stopped making music for a good like 9 months. If you go like that, it also can hurt you because when I started writing again, at first I was lost. I didn't know what to do, and then it kind of came back to me. So it all is your personal preference. If you feel like it's what's best for you, if you do take a break, then by all means do that. But you also, it's so good to persevere when things get tough, and you can take that with anything. Like if you're at a job and it's not going well, but the manager doesn't really like you, or the boss isn't as kind to you as you would, that if you persevere and work harder, you might be able to get an opportunity that you wouldn't have gotten if you quit when things got hard. Yeah, so that's everything for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I just want to say, growth isn't always obvious, but if you are experiencing any of these signs, then you are growing as an artist. You might not see it, but you are. So keep going, keep making music, keep rapping, keep trying new things, keep experimenting, and I hope that this video has helped you really remotivate you, and I hope you find what you're looking for. But this has been AC. New music coming soon. I don't think I'm posting an actual like long form video this whole week up until the weekend. I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna be running a little bit of a tight schedule from now on. I have school, um, trying to get a job, and also exams are coming up. I have to study a lot, and so you might not see as much of me as I might hope to put myself out, but you will definitely be getting videos, whether it be a song, or maybe even like a 2 minute me just sitting down talking about something, or a long form video like this one, or going back to the Road to Glory series that we were doing, Road to Victory series that we were doing. But yeah, this has been AC. Take care. It's your boy out.